Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of The Nasty Talks. Today, we are having yet another guest, Undine. She is a dancer. She's dancing kizomba, and today she is here to have a talk with us about dancing and what that means for her when it comes to confidence, to sexuality, and the way she is expressing herself through dancing. So, if you're struggling with insecurities and maybe low self-esteem, this is probably the episode for you. Because today we are touching up on confidence and sexuality and the way Undine has built her confidence up. And maybe this will remind you that life is not perfect and we're all going through hard times. We are all feeling insecure at some point in our lives or at some point in our week, in our day. And there's nothing really to be scared or ashamed of. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Undine.
Hello.
Hello, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's very nice.
Of course. I think people want to know, who is Undine?
Who am I? Well, I'm Undine.
Yeah.
I don't know how much in details we're going, but I am from Latvia, living in Denmark, dancing through the life, enjoying life, and yes, now here.
Now here. Okay, how old are you?
I am 30, recently
30.
30,
Ooh,
yes.
Nice. It's a nice round age.
Yeah, can't complain. I think the life starts only now, so.
Yeah, I agree. It's
a
the
good
best
age.
from now on. It's like, it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I choose to look at it like that. It's gonna get better from here.
And what do you do?
As my job, I am a user experience designer.
Yeah.
And as my passion, I am a dance instructor. So I teach dancing.
Okay, what kind of dancing do you teach?
I teach kizomba mainly, or all the styles under kizomba, but I've also taught bachata and salsa.
Mm-hmm.
But my main is kizomba. So
Okay.
couples dance.
That's your true love.
Yes, that's my true love. Yes, it's where my heart belongs to kizomba.
Okay, that's really nice. And how would you describe yourself as a person?
I would say I am something in between bubbly, joyful, and charismatic, and at the same time, very straightforward, rough, and as loving as I can be equally cold. So it depends on where you catch me or how you treat me. So, but I think I'm very fun to be around because you never know.
It's always a surprise.
Yeah, sometimes, but I keep it on the cheerful side as much as I can.
Okay, that's an interesting mix.
Yeah, I think so. Life is more fun like that.
When and how did you start dancing?
Okay, so the whole journey or kizomba journey?
I think the whole journey.
The whole journey. Yeah. I actually started dancing when I started walking, so at age of 3 or 4.
Nice.
And so I've been dancing all my life. That's like, truly my passion. I started with the ballroom or competitive ballroom and standard Latin. So I did that until age 13 or 14, like with competitions and all the shebang. And then a little bit of hip hop here and there, a little bit of different styles under hip hop. And then I had a pause and then pole dance for a while.
Oh, wow, you've experienced a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, could be more, but yeah. A little bit of pole dance, and then I got into salsa actually first, then bachata, and only then I found kizomba.
Okay.
And then since then I've stayed with kizomba, but I'm still for myself doing a little bit of heels, a little bit of floor work, and a little bit of strip styles and stuff like that, chair dance.
The sexy stuff.
Yes, that's me. That is me. The hip hop, I love it, but it's not really my essence. I think
it doesn't really resonate with your personality.
No, I still love it. But some days it resonates, but the main thing, I think I am the very feminine, sexy, those kind of things. That's me. So yeah, that's my journey. I've been dancing basically all my life, off and on. But yeah, there's actually one funny quote that my mom told me, and she keeps repeating to me when I was around 5, 6. And we were walking home from my dancing recital.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, Mommy, my legs hurt. I cannot walk anymore. And she's like, yeah, but you have to. She's like, yes, but Mommy, my legs are made for dancing, not for walking.
Oh.
And I think that's so cool. I don't remember it, but she keeps telling me that. And now when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, like my soul, my legs are, and my body is for dancing, not just for walking or existing. So
yeah,
kind of
so
live by my own words when I was 5 years old.
You knew what was coming.
I knew, yes,
Yeah.
of course. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And about kizomba and you starting teaching, how did you start doing that?
Oh, that actually went quite fast. First few months when I started learning, I really fell in love with it, and quite fast I knew that I want to have more out of it, so actually teach. So I had 2 partners that I worked with together, and we put in a lot of time, a lot of hours into it. And then my previous partner, he was teaching with another girl, and they actually started inviting me to come and help and assist. And eventually she joined, she started teaching something else, and then I took over. So it was, yeah, I knew I wanted, and then I kind of worked for it, and then the opening was there, and from there I just kept going. So
that's so nice that you got that opportunity and you took it and you actually started making something out of it.
Yeah, I think I'm very lucky that I had the opportunity, but I also worked for it. So I tried to create it, and it was there, and I also worked for it. So put in a lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But when you think about yourself and your personality, you seem very confident. You seem like you own your shit and you have your shit together. Do you think that comes from dancing? Or do you think that your confidence shaped the way you dance? Or is it the other way around?
Yeah. I always find it fun that people say that I look confident and so on. It's nice to know, but I don't always feel like that. Of course, there are days when I do, but in general, the confidence I have right now, I had to build it through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Very honestly, I wasn't like this all my life, and I still have a lot to build and work on to actually be very comfortable with it. Some of it definitely came from dancing because I felt comfortable in dancing. So when you feel comfortable in something and you feel like you're doing a good job, of course it feeds your confidence. And when you get good feedback, and then when you see you can actually help people and they look up to you, it does feed into the confidence. But in the same time, often when teaching, performing or something like that, the way how I felt wasn't the way how people saw me. So they saw, oh, this woman is so confident, la la, but I inside was like, holy shit, I don't know what's going on. Like
low-key dying.
Yes, low-key dying and trying to hide that my whole body is shaking. So some of it is, I would say, sticking to what you want and going through with it. Because when you just go for it, even when you're scared, that's what builds your confidence. Because then you start to see results, and then you actually, even maybe it wasn't perfect, but you still did it.
Yeah.
And that, I think that builds to it. Okay, now it's a long answer.
No, it's okay.
But I think it's both. The dancing builds confidence, and the life builds confidence for dancing. So
yeah. So it's a mix. It's a mix of
I
both.
think it's a mix, yeah. For me personally. For other people, it's different, I think.
Yeah. And what else do you think that built the confidence that you have now in your life? Do you think that there was something else that did that?
Do we talk openly and honestly, right?
Yeah, of course.
Working with therapy and life coaching.
Yeah.
Very honestly, because my confidence, for most parts, have been really bad. Like, way below what I'm actually worth. And it's taken some years with working with yourself and actually recognizing my worth and knowing what I can do, and then actually putting in the time working with coaching and therapy.
Yeah, I think that is really good, because I keep on encouraging people to do that. I have done it. I've went to a psychologist, and I wish I could do it again if it's not as expensive,
Denmark, yeah.
Yeah, Denmark and prices for psychology, not so good.
Yes,
but
do it online.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes, do it online.
Okay, I'll think about it. But definitely it's something that I think a lot of people should normalize in their life, and not think like, oh my God, I am crazy because I need to go to a psychologist, or people think I'm crazy because they are saying that I should go. I think it's something that we all need to accept. Sometimes we do have issues. Sometimes we do have problems that we cannot solve ourselves, and we cannot understand ourselves. And it's nice for somebody that has knowledge into the field to give us a little bit of direction.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, actually, it's like with everything in life, it's something you learn, and we don't always have the tools to help ourselves, so it's good to reach out. But I absolutely recognize how difficult it is for people. Yeah. Also, for me, when I started out, I avoided telling anybody, absolutely, for a very long time. I didn't want to talk about it. Now I feel that I want to talk about it because I can see it can open the doors for other people to not feel so scared. Yeah. Because we all have issues. And if somebody thinks they don't, they are in denial, because we all have issues. Yeah. And it's fine to reach out for help. It just means that you actually want to make your life better. Your daily experience is better. You want to be better for yourself, for the people around you. So I see it only as a good thing. Either you do therapy, coaching, psychology, whatever it is, but you're improving yourself. The same way as you would do at your job, at your hobby. Improving your mental state is like improving your life.
Because obviously you can talk with your friends and family about these, all these issues that you have. But sometimes maybe you don't feel like doing that. Maybe you feel like they're going to judge you in a way. Yeah. But if you go to an expert, they will never judge you on anything that you do. No. They will actually genuinely try to help you, because obviously they're getting money out of it. So it's kind of their job.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's also... Sometimes there are things that we don't want to say out loud to people that know us, but when you have somebody who is a bystander, basically, and has no personal agenda with you, it's way more easier to actually open up and be like, hey, this is the problem. Plus, their response will most likely be very objective, because, again, they are not personally involved with you. So it's good to talk with friends, but there are some things that we need to reach out for help.
That is true. I agree with you. And I hope that a lot of people, based on what you said now, I hope that a lot of people will reach out to
I hope
help.
so too.
Yeah.
I keep repeating this to anybody who's willing to listen.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? You need to be able to want to make a change in your life to, to really get to that point.
Yeah. Nobody can force you unless you want to do it yourself.
I agree. But when you're thinking about you teaching dancing and what you do, have you seen an increase in people's confidence after they take certain classes, or they try different things like the chair thing, the sexy dances and all that?
Yes, absolutely. And I think you can see my smile now on face, because I have seen it a lot, both in couples dance, so both men and women, and especially also with the sexy things with women. Yeah. How much they light up after the class, or what they have been able to finally do a move, or like just feel more connected with themselves. Because I personally try to create a safe space for the ladies when we are together, so they can relax and start to maybe explore what they want to do with their body. Now it sounds weird, yes, but still through dance. And I mean, that hopefully translates also to other things.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things that you do in dancing and how you move can easily be taken in the bedroom, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's another podcast
that's for another episode.
Yes, absolutely. And fun thing that it's not always applicable, but sometimes you can say a lot about a person, how they will be in the bedroom, by the way how they dance. Not always, but I see details, and then of course I don't know the people, but I can guess. And sometimes when I ask somebody who have experience with them, it's like, oh yes, I was correct.
Yeah, is it maybe because I also dance a bit, and I can see when I'm dancing with a man, I can see the way they put the pressure towards, trying to turn me or trying to get me to make a certain move, the way they have the confidence of pushing me in a stronger way, then I know that man is a bit more dominant than maybe another one that is a bit lighter in their approach.
That could be. Often, actually, it depends what kind of dominance, because if they lead dominant but good, yes, maybe. If they lead dominant but bad, they are most likely shit in bed, because they don't pay attention to your body or how you feel or what actually is a woman. Yes, I'm very direct. Because then they use you as a tool, moving you around instead of leading you. There's a very big difference.
I see. Yeah, that's some food for thought.
Yeah. So the more they in tune with you as a partner on the dance floor, the more you can hope they will actually be in tune with you outside of the dance. If they just do their thing, their routine, they will most likely not pay proper attention to you also in bedroom.
Yeah, because then they focus on themselves and what they do.
Yeah. Sorry, man, I'm revealing your secrets. Not secrets, but
but issues.
Issues, more like issues. Yeah. Of course, it's not 100% true for everybody and always, but there are some things that you can notice.
Yeah. Especially after you've been dancing for many years, I can assume that you...
Exactly. And I see a lot of things from just teaching people and how they move. I don't have to do anything with them to
kind of get an idea.
A little bit, not always, but a little bit.
But sometimes
it's fun.
Okay. But in the dancing community, because I know you're dancing with, maybe you go to the same events or you meet a lot of the same people, have you experienced your confidence or your sexuality being interpreted in a maybe wrong way from certain maybe men?
Oh yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think for me personally, I'll be honest, I do flirt a lot. It's my natural state of being.
That's so nice. I do too. It's just a way of expressing yourself.
That's how I am. And sometimes I don't even notice it, and sometimes it's on purpose, but sometimes it's just the way how I talk, and I don't mean it maybe as flirting, but people do take it as flirting. Which, I mean, yes and no, it's my own fault, but then again, it's how I am. But even taking that out of context, there will always be men who will want to interpret something differently. Yeah. By the way, no matter what you do, there will be some who will just simply want to interpret that you're out there to please them in some way. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that is true for all of us,
regardless
also for if
women.
We're men or women. Because if we're searching for something, if we really want, let's say, if we're horny and we really want sex, then we are gonna see sexual situations everywhere, and we're gonna assume that people just want to fuck with us at any point in time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not to say that men, no, it's equal. Women and women equal, and the same weird shit men do, actually women do in the dance scene as well.
Yeah.
So it's not only men.
No.
It's mainly men, but it's not only men, so.
But it depends, because at parties, I think it's equal, because after you've had some drinks, then you're unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I have experienced that. I have experienced like very unpleasant things on the dance floor where I had to stop.
Would you want to share?
Yeah, I can share. I have experienced when you can feel the man's hard on.
Oh yeah, me too.
And when it's not invited, I mean, when it's invited, okay. But when it's clearly not invited and I'm really doing everything to show that I am not interested and he still does this, it's not comfortable. Then, of course, most of the time I will say no thanks to dance. And, well, always actually when I'm uncomfortable. And sometimes, unfortunately, I have experience when they start pulling you closer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that for me that's harassment. That's basically raping on the dance floor, because you're locking the girl into position and grinding on her. I mean,
yeah, that is not fair at all.
No,
because if you would want to get closer, you would go closer yourself.
But I can tell you that I experienced these things when I was still a newbie.
Yeah. Now,
when I've been a while in the dance scene, I don't know if it's my attitude or what, but people don't dare.
I think it is the attitude, the fact that you also know what you're doing, so then they think that you own your shit. You know what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they cannot pursue you with any bullshit or whatever.
Exactly. I'm no longer this new scared girl who doesn't know anything, because I think the ones who are actually predators in this, they go for the girls who don't know anything yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because then they most likely will take it in a way that they will not make a scene or not walk away or, the victim thing. Yeah,
it's also
terrible.
because if you're in a new environment, then you don't want to make a scene. You don't want to be that bitch that is, you know, so sensitive about
exactly.
whatever.
And this is also something I try to talk in my classes with equally females and males, to speak up. Because nobody should take it, no matter who is doing it, what role. It's your body, your safe space. Nobody should be coming to dancing and experiencing this. So many people have left the dance scene because of shit like this.
I can imagine.
So many,
because it is a central dance, like most of these Latin dances. There are central dances, and you go there having that fear already that something like this might occur, and then when it occurs, then you're like, okay, this was a mistake. I knew about it. I'm gonna go now.
Exactly. So I nobody should experience this. Neither men or women, because also women do weird stuff towards men. Unfortunately. So but
that's true. And then men don't necessarily act on it because they are not supposed to make a scene. If you're a man and you don't enjoy a woman's presence too close to you, then you're gay.
Which is a whole nother topic. But right now I would say I don't have these interactions, but I think it's because of the way how I present myself, and also I've learned, and I don't mean this about Denmark, it's like out in Europe in the scene, I've learned to notice people who would potentially be like that. Sometimes you can see it right away, so I avoid even having an interaction with people who could be. Because on some, you already on the dance hall, you see how they dance, and it's like, aha, he's going to try some bullshit.
Okay, that's really interesting.
But I mean, there's a very big difference actually between the scene we have in Odense in Denmark and the international. It's two different worlds.
How is it dancing in the international world, or when people are from different nationalities all together?
It's awesome. Your dancing grows way faster, of course, with the more people you dance and more you experience, but also it means that there are way heavier cases, meaning that there's actual rape reported.
Oh.
Yes. So luckily it's not often, but there are some very heavy cases because it's a whole different scene. The festivals, imagine 300 to 1,000 people. You can do a lot of shit without people even noticing. You cannot do that in Odense, a party with 20 people. I mean, luckily, and hopefully nobody would want to. But so the scale is.
But it also makes sense also from that kind of predator point of view, because you're going in another country, you're going to a place where nobody really knows you. So at that point, you can do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a very good breeding ground for this bullshit. And the thing is that in kizomba community, a lot of these men who does it, they actually are famous. Either DJs, teachers, organizers, and they cover each other's backs.
Of course.
Yes. So this is a whole nother dark topic. But there's a lot of and there's a lot of good things as well. Let's focus also on the good things.
Of course. And that's because if you're going to an international party, there's a lot of people that have a different style of dancing, I can understand. And then it's just nicer to experience that and to be able to practice it with other people and try new things.
Your dance level grows so fast when you're exposed to so many different styles, both as a leader and follower. So in any dance, the same would be bachata, salsa. The same. So you kind of go...
I was recently in France, and it was so nice. I went to a Latin party. It was so nice. The people are a bit different than here in Denmark. They're more closey, but not in a bad way. It was nice.
It's just not the Scandinavian coldness.
That's true. But how does your sexuality help you connect with a partner, or do you think that it helps you in any way to be more relaxed around them?
Oh, I'm gonna reveal my secrets now.
Okay.
It depends on the partner, but when I feel genuinely safe and connected, I do tune into my sexual energy, because that's the energy where I really connect. And I think I follow better, or I follow with a different vibe when I do that. I absolutely cannot do this with everybody. Also because there are people who will interpret it the wrong way. There are people who understand that this is a dance and this energy is in the dance, which is fine. And then there are, of course, people you don't feel comfortable with, safe with, or it's just mismatch with energies. But at the ideal level, when the energies match and you feel you're on the same frequency and the same vibe, I dance through my sexuality, absolutely. And to explain, it doesn't mean that I am moving super sexual. No, it's
and you're
just
taking clothes off.
Yeah, no. It's the inner energy that comes out. It's the groundness from the femininity and groundness from all the stuff down there coming, through your body.
Yeah, it's maybe a way you move your hips or your hands or your facial expression.
Yeah,
and,
exactly,
small stuff.
exactly. Yeah, it's small stuff, but it's a whole different energy. So I do use it when there is this space and time for it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I also know you're doing a lot of, you post a lot of things on Instagram with the way you're dancing. And I think it's so nice for a lot of people to see that and to see how you tune in your own confidence and sexuality and vulnerability also sometimes. And it's so nice. So if you need a boost of confidence, just go and check Undine on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram in the description so you can check it out and see exactly how you can also express your sexuality and frustrations, maybe also in any kind of feelings that you have, because it's so nice. I think it's so nice.
Yeah, I definitely use dancing to express everything. Whatever emotion comes to, and this is also something I suggest to all my students. Dance at home, dance alone. You don't have to film it, you don't have to perform, but it's a way how to connect with yourself. And sometimes you feel sad, you want to just get the emotions out, because not always we can talk about it. Sometimes we really need to move. Somebody will go for a run. I dance.
Yeah. Some go to the gym and lift a lot of shit. And some paint, some sing, some scream.
I do that as well once in a while.
Screaming and dancing.
Yeah, I've done that. Absolutely. I have videos like that as well, but I haven't dared to be that vulnerable and actually post it on Instagram. But I do have where I scream, cry, and dance in the same time. Sometimes you need to get the shit out, and that's the way how it works for me. Yeah.
It's so nice to be able to do that and also say that you're doing that, and that's the way you're expressing yourself. And I think it's so good for people to hear that.
I hope so, because I can be honest, it was a journey to be where I am now and be this vulnerable, because vulnerability for me has been one of the hardest things in many aspects. So actually what I sometimes post, I posted with my hands shaking, because this is me showing the true colors of how I am. It is so freaking scary. Like, it's so scary, but then when I get responses from people who say like I inspire them or that they feel the same, then I'm like, okay, it's scary, but apparently I'm doing something good. Somebody is getting somehow affected, so in a good way.
It's getting a sort of energy from you, and it maybe helps.
Yeah. And often with being this vulnerable, I also connect with people that I might not connect otherwise with, and we find out that we are actually in similar journeys, or right now we need each other in some kind of communication. So it's been just beautiful.
Yeah, because if you think about it, not a lot of people post vulnerability and sadness and any kind of emotions on social media. It's more cold and it's all pitch perfect.
Yes.
And then when people see these kind of things, it's something different. It's something that they can connect with and they can hold on to in the moment, rather than just seeing all that fakeness.
Yeah, I agree. And I can be honest, like, for me also, I want to post only the good shit. I only want to post the pretty pictures and pretty videos, right? Because behind every video there's 200 other videos where that didn't work and I was frustrated or crying or angry. But sometimes I do post it, but it's a journey to start posting more of it, because that's the real stuff. Like, every day is not just sunshine and rainbows. Every video is not just, oh, I just dance and it's pretty. No, it really actually isn't that.
No, a lot of times it isn't.
Yeah, a lot of times it's a whole mess and frustration and anger and retake and like hating my life and giving up on my dancing because I look like shit. And then I was like, okay, I will post it anyways. And then people are like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because, a lot of times something that you know yourself, how you can be in your best version of yourself. But then if somebody sees you from the outside, for them, you look exactly the same, because they're not going to look into the details. They're not going to analyze every small detail as you do.
Exactly.
So for people from the outside, it's the same freaking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And in general in life, the way how we see ourselves
Yeah.
is not the way how other people see us.
No.
Like every person that we meet, they have a version in their head of us.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean it matches ours. So we also need to remember that.
Yeah. And a lot of times that happens, I think, also because of our name, because of our culture, because of other things that don't really resonate with us, but resonate with their perception of us.
Yeah.
With their perception of our culture, of their perception of blonde girls, their perception of our height, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's never about the real you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's always some kind of pre-assumption what you are until people find out who you are.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, in dancing, I've heard this so much, and from some people that are very close to me right now, that they say that when they first met me, they were like intimidated or scared, or they thought that like I'm a cold-hearted bitch or something, because sometimes I have this like cold face. But most of the time, honestly, it's because if I'm not wearing my glasses, I don't see shit. So I'm just looking very serious because I'm trying to see shit. And people interpret that as I'm like looking angry and stuff. I just can't see.
Oh no. That's such an innocent way of saying that you're a bitch.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm sorry that I look like a bitch, but I'm actually just a nice person.
Yeah. No, but I mean, if somebody wants to think I'm a bitch, by all means. I mean, I can be a bitch, and I love my bitchy side, so by all means.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you confidence also.
Exactly, yeah. And everybody is not supposed to like me, so it's fine.
Yeah. But when it comes to dancing, do you like dancing alone or do you like dancing with a partner? What would you choose?
I cannot choose just one. I cannot.
And when is the time for one and when is the time for the other?
When I want to be at home, or like when I am at home and I want to express myself in a way that's like I have a lot to deal with, then I want to be alone, because then it's my movements, my things, and I just need my room. When I go to a festival, of course I want to dance with a partner. That's the reason why I'm there.
Yeah.
And there also is a difference if I'm leading or following, because I do both equally, and that will depend on the music or the vibe or the person.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask. Do you like more dancing with a man or dancing with a woman?
It depends on the person. It really, really depends on the person, because I can equally have magical dances with both and equally sexual. So it depends with whom you are, how you connect. If you're on the same, I will say it in the frequency, doesn't matter man or woman, you're gonna have an amazing dance.
Okay.
And when it comes, like, for me, it's also the mood. When I have a really nice music and I'm, for example, standing around and there's no leaders, I will gladly ask a lady to dance, so I get to express my musicality.
Yeah.
Because often when you're following, most times you won't have maybe enough space. So, but when you're leading, you can do more and more fun. So
yeah,
it's all like the mood, the song, the people.
Yeah, the feeling.
Yeah.
The overall feeling.
Yeah, but if I have to choose, then I will take men, because then I have more space to be in my feminine place, and I would like more of that. With all the leading and the dominance I can be, I would still like to be more in my feminine space and follow, because that's a whole different level of vulnerability and giving up control, sort of. So
yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. Yeah,
but it is, I mean, and I think a lot of women struggle with that, and I did at the beginning as well.
To let a man lead you. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I had it also in the beginning. I didn't want it to. I was just like, I just want to turn myself. I just want to do that. I feel like I can do it better.
Yeah, I was very much stubborn about it for a long time. But again, it goes together with your life. The vulnerability you will allow yourself to have in your life. It went together for me in my relationship, in my dancing, and in my life at the same time, when I learned to finally allow myself to be vulnerable. And then I started following, and now I think I'm quite a good follower. So yeah, but it all goes together.
Okay, so if you would go back in time to a period in your life when you were maybe the most vulnerable, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, The most vulnerable. I would say keep going and like keep being vulnerable. It's scary, and maybe at that time that person or somebody who's around you will not appreciate it and they will hurt you, or you will hurt yourself, but in the long term you will see the benefits of it for yourself and for any interaction you have with yourself and people around you.
Yeah.
Like keep going and believe yourself that it's safe to be vulnerable.
Yeah, and keep your emotions true.
Yeah.
And not close yourself.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, after they've been vulnerable, they choose to close themselves and be cold and not let anybody in anymore because they're gonna hurt them.
Yeah, I did that for years. And actually recently I had few situations where I was very, very, very to the core vulnerable. Like I haven't been that vulnerable. And I got hurt, very hurt. But right now I chose to tell myself that I will keep my heart open. I got hurt and my natural reaction is that I want to now close off and be cold and push everything and everybody away. But I'm talking to myself and saying, no, keep the heart open because something else will come. If I close up, I just have to start again from zero. And I don't want to. I've been putting in so much work. So yeah, it's a conversation with yourself and trusting yourself actually. So it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Because that's the thing, if you can trust yourself, but how can you trust the other person that comes into your life and probably ruins your progress?
Yeah, but I can tell you that often we think we might trust ourselves, and then somebody comes along and we feel like, okay, we can't trust them and something's going to happen, but actually it's because we don't fully trust ourselves. Because when we do trust ourselves, we know that no matter who is coming in our lives, yes, they will have an impact, but we will always return to ourselves. So if you are your safe space, no matter amount of the pain or whoever is hurting you, intentionally or unintentionally, they will not get to your core because you are your safe space. But to get to that place is a whole lot of freaking work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work of accepting you and accepting that you are the person that you can always go back to. And sometimes we don't want to accept that because we have so many issues. We are so imperfect and we don't think that we could be there for us.
I mean, if you're looking for the one, you are the one for yourself. And of course, it's always easier to place responsibility onto somebody else. So this person broke my heart, or this relationship, or something, but we have to look within. Yeah. Because nobody can break you unless you allow them, or you already don't value yourself. So of course it hurts, and all of this is shit, and we are human, but but we gotta be the one for ourselves.
Yeah, because that is true. It's always easy to blame somebody else rather than you, or it's always easy to put a blame on something and say that this didn't go well because of this, when in reality, things just happened. Like, it's nobody's fault that certain things happen. It's just life.
Exactly. And I mean, we're all human, so, don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah. I mean, just have fun. Go dancing and have fun.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, that was really nice. That was a really deep talk and a really nice tune into confidence and actually getting to know yourself and getting confident in who you really are. Good. So, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you.
I will link Undine's social media in the description below so you can have access to it. If you want to start dancing and are looking for a little bit of inspiration, or if you want to get a little bit of boost of confidence and sexuality from her, just make sure to check it out. If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss any of our future episodes. And until next time, take care and stay nasty.